do? It's hump day. Expressway super jammed up. Morning, y'all. Morning. What's going on? We got a super jam session. Hey, that's every day for me. I wish I could get rid of these bags. I had to get a lot of sleep to get rid of my bags. Well, I don't sleep well. I haven't slept well since I was a kid. My pops is the same way. We get up in the middle of the night for no reason. 4 in the morning, just wake up. 3 in the morning, just wake up. You know, so to get a good night of sleep, it's hard for me to just stay asleep for 8, 9 hours, 10 hours or something. But yeah. What's going on? Michigan, Indiana. Oh boy. You know, oh boy. It ain't looking good. It ain't looking good. You know, Michigan could possibly pull the upset, I guess you could say. But like I was saying on my video, pregame analysis, we just so poorly coached on technique. You know? Yep. It's horrible to wake up in the middle of the night and then you can't go right back to sleep. It sucks. But the technique, who is that? Zeke Berry, you know, not knowing the alignment of on defense is just so bad a lot of the times. Like Zeke Berry not getting, like, bro, you're in the slot. You have to play inside technique. You can't give away the inside. Just consistently not doing it. It's just like, what are y'all thinking? Like, who's coaching them? So this is our problem as I see it. That's on Wink, of course, but it's also on Lamar Morgan. If Lamar Morgan can't teach technique consistently in the right way, I know he's killing it in the portal. I mean, not the portal. He's killing it in the recruiting. But the problem to me is, are you actually a good football coach? You know what I'm saying? Because those are technique issues. I can accept if you get beat. But I can't accept that your alignment is wrong right before the snap. Like, come on, bro. You got the slot and you're consistently not taking away the inside. You might as well just hand them the ball. Hey, just take the first down. Just take it. Just take it. Take the first down. You know what I'm saying? Things like that will get you killed. You know what I'm saying? Because every time it's third down or a crucial situation where they have to throw, if you can't even line up right in the slot, that's a big problem. But who's coaching you? You know what I'm saying? Who's coaching you? Communication. Wesley Walker plays. Jaden Mangum is hurt. He's been hurt all year. He's probably gonna redshirt. Amir Hall, we saw him. He's slow as hell. And the other guy slips my mind. But where's the communication? Yeah, that's a fact, Trail City. But the communication on defense is like, it's like non-existent, bro. And I was watching Vance, and he said something that makes sense too. If you don't, and this is what I've been saying all year, if you don't know what you're doing, you don't want to be telling people what to do because you confused. I can't be telling you to audible, bro. That's the wrong. That ain't the right audible. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So if you're not confident in what you're doing, you don't want to tell others or lead others. You know, so that's part of it. But to me, it all falls back onto the coaching. You know, if the guys aren't confident in what we're trying to do, you have to simplify it, or you have to go with what they do have supreme confidence in. You know, when you see these teams, just like Michigan last year, when you watched Michigan last year, you could tell they were fundamentally sound, well coached. They were deep and had a good players, but the players were well coached. Didn't matter who we played, you could see. I don't know why my connection keep going in and out, but this is a big question. Why? You're gonna have to decide what coaches stay or leave, even if they might be a good recruiter. This is what I'm thinking. Just going in and, but if it do it again, I might have to read my phone and come back on here. But yeah, to me, it's a big question, because if you being a good recruiter, yeah, that's technique, and have these dudes fundamentally sound and understanding the defense. I don't want you. I want okay, I don't know if hey, YouTube might have put a block on this stuff. Appreciate the $5. The season might be what we need to propel the NIL game. Oh yeah, and that's a fact. This season is definitely what we needed to get NIL in the portal. The money. This is definitely what we needed as a team. That's a fact. Now that's the one thing I can say this season is a blessing in disguise. Because think about it. Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom for real change to happen. And this is rock bottom right here. So last year, what did we have? Last year we had not last year, 2020. It was bad. That was rock bottom. What happened right after that? You got rid of all those bad coaches, Don Brown, you know what I'm saying? You brought in Mike Hart. You got the right coaches in so it could change. So this year, it's bad. We hitting rock bottom. But now you're getting the donors to understand we need this bread. We need this money. Yeah, I know the old way. Y'all want us. You enjoyed that championship, right? We need the bread. We need that money, that moolah, that cheddar cheese, the chips with dip. We need that, bro. You know what I'm saying? We need that. So that's the blessing in disguise. But I'm worried about some of these coaches. Even if they are good recruiters, I don't think they can coach. I don't think they can develop some of these dudes. And that's my worry. So you'll get talented dudes on campus, and then you won't be able to maximize them. Their technique, their fundamentals won't be right. That's what's worrying me. Because I see they killing it in recruiting. I see that. But recruiting is just half the battle. Recruiting is half the battle. I need to see you be able to coach. I can't stand a poorly coached team. Especially not my team. I can't stand to see poor coaching, bad coaching. It bothers me. So that's the worry right there. And that goes for offense and defense. Because we got a lot of hype. We got a lot of hype. Just like the Marlon Klein. They use him as I don't know what they were trying to use him, but they don't get him the ball. For whatever reason. Maybe he's not all the way ready with his route running. But a lot of offseason talk was just hype. There was nothing to it. There was nothing to it at all. What else going on? The playoff rankings. I forgot it was coming on tonight. I mean, it didn't matter to me. It didn't matter to me. We didn't have nothing going on. But who was number one? Oregon, Ohio State, Georgia. And a lot of this is gonna get worked out on its own. So the first few weeks of the playoff rankings, it's just fun to see. But it's gonna change, with some of these matchups left, and also with conference championships. A lot of this is gonna get worked out. But yeah, what else is going on? But with Indiana, I'm almost more nervous about them than Oregon for whatever reason. I'm almost more worried about them than Oregon, because I know they're hungry too. Oregon is hungry, and we know they were good, but Indiana is hungry. It's something about a real hungry team that worries me. I know they are. That's why I'm worried. Hey, Doc, that's why I'm worried. Hey, I know they like that. And they hungry. And they coaches, he's one of those dudes. So I'm worried about them. And watching Indiana and then watching Michigan, that just shows how far down we've came in a way. Because watching a very well coached team, they well coached, offense, defense, all of the above. They're very well coached. They understand their scheme, understand what they're trying to do, and they got a good leader. Watching us, you just see the poor coaching. We don't know what we're trying to do, Sharon doesn't have his hands around this with the leadership, because you should have took play calling from Kirk Campbell. You should have been took it from him. You know what I'm saying? Even if he cooks, you still see a lot of all right, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So you should have been took that from him. Ain't no friends in this. I mean, there are friends, but your friend to get you fired. I hate to break it to you. And I hope Sharon don't learn that the hard way. Your friend to get you fired, bro. Your friend will get you fired. No, I don't want to. We came up together. Yeah, y'all came up together, but guess who the head coach? It ain't Kirk Campbell. Guess who the face of the team? It ain't Kirk Campbell. Who's the face of Michigan football? It ain't Kirk Campbell. You the one. You the one, bro. It ain't Kirk. It ain't Wink. It ain't Lamar Morgan. It ain't none of them. It's you, dog. So, I mean, you can be a great friend, and we came up together. If he a bad coach, you're gonna be right with him. Wherever when he get fired, you're gonna get fired with him, bro. You wanted to be, you were more worried about being a great friend or a nice guy than being a leader of men. You know what I'm saying? Yep, that's a fact, Emily Robinson. Jim almost learned it the hard way. You know? You can't be all that friend stuff. You're not there to be friends. You're not in this position to be friends. Not at a big time school. Now, if you want to go to a small school or a high school or something, hey, y'all best friends forever. This ain't that. This ain't that. You know what I'm saying? And you're not in this. The friend stuff and all this, we came up together. That's great. But I mean, if you're fine with getting fired because of a coordinator you're friends with or whatever, that's not good. If y'all want to get fired together or whatever, that's fine. Y'all go away. But when you keep it a bad coach around, the people you hurt most are the players. That's who you hurt most. And that's why it bothers me. A lot of these bad coaches, they'll go somewhere else, make $1 million. They'll go somewhere else, make some more money. They'll go somewhere else, make some more money. But these supremely talented athletes, you taking years off. An athlete don't have forever. They trusted you to come there because they trusted that you were going to develop them. They trusted that you weren't going to put them in bad positions. So that's why I don't have no loyalty to these coaches when they're bad. Because all they're doing is holding those young men back from fulfilling their dreams. That's all they doing. Bad coaches, a bad coach, he has those players. I hate it for him. I hate it. Because you can't even truly critique the team. Because they're so poorly coached. It's hard to say who's good, who's not good. I can't say how good Zeke Berry is right now. Because he's so poorly coached. I've seen Makari Page play well the last 2 years. New staff, new coaching. He looks poorly coached. Yeah, bro, bad coaches don't hurt themselves. They'll go find another job somewhere else. Them buddies, nah, you hurting them players. Them 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds. You holding them back from reaching their dreams. So that's why when people they boo-hoo the coaches, that's why I don't. That's why I don't. Because these are grown men that'll go find another job with millions and all that stuff. And these players are trying to get there. Everybody's not getting a Bryce Underwood deal. Everybody's not getting big NIL money. Some of these dudes ain't barely making nothing. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to reach their dreams and their goals of making it to the NFL. And you're setting them up for failure. Their parents trusted you. They trusted you to develop them. And it looked like you couldn't coach yourself out of a box. So that's why I get on these dudes' heads. That's why. When they well coached, I get on the players. Everybody knows that. I'm hard on the players when they're well coached. I can't say these dudes are preparing these guys to win championships. There's just so many errors. Just so much tech. I've never seen a team with so much bad technique. Never seen it. Even in some of the, like, the Rich Rod era was different because he was trying to change a whole system. We're going from a 4-3 to a 3-3-5. That's understandable. I mean, you shouldn't be running the 3-3-5 at Michigan in the early 2000s, but okay, this is what you want to do. That's different. You're trying to go from power football to a full spread. That's different. That's a total shift in philosophy and everything. You know, so the growing pains with that were expected. You're trying to get total different offensive linemen. You're trying to change everything. So that made sense for Rich Rod to have those big time struggle years. You know what I'm saying? And then that 3-3-5 defense was just dumb on his part. But it made sense. This what we're seeing right now. And I know people want to say the offseason, they were late hires. It's too late to be saying that. We're more than halfway through the year. We're more than halfway through the year. Like, it's just true. We're more than halfway through the year now. We still see dudes just as confused as when we played Texas. We still see it. We still see dudes with technique issues. If I'm playing in the slot, bro, if you're playing in the slot, it should be hardwired into your head that you play inside technique. That should be hardwired into you. You get what I'm saying? So stuff like that, the tackling, like when Amir Hall waited, we played Oregon, Amir Hall waited for a dude to hit him. He waited. He saw the running back, like the running back's coming towards the sideline. Amir Hall's probably 7 yards away, maybe 6, something like that. 6 yards away. This dude waited for him to get to him and then just lowered his shoulder. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Like, what the hell was that, bro? You waited for this dude? You waited for him to... You waited for this dude, and then you just lowered your shoulder. That was lackluster, Amir Hall. And I was saying you should start about 5 weeks ago. 4-5 weeks ago. What the hell was that? Stuff like that, I probably would have set him down. If I was the coach, I would have set him down just off of that. All right, you got to sit down. Yep, I don't care. I don't care. Because you're getting burnt anyway. You're getting burnt. Your actual coverage, you're getting burnt. So I'm going to put somebody in that's going to give me the effort. I'm going to put somebody in that's going to give effort. That's just me. So all this stuff adds up to me looking at these guys like, bro, I'm going to put somebody in with effort. I know we was staying at corner. Maybe they couldn't. Maybe they couldn't take Amir Hall out. But hey, I need dudes that's giving that effort. I can't be seeing you waiting on the tackle, waiting to get trucked, basically. Bro, what the heck? What are you doing? If he's bigger than you, you got to come up with even more pop. When a dude is bigger than you on the field and you're trying to tackle him and you see him coming, boy, you better be flying around. You don't wait for him. What, you waiting to get ran over? You waiting to get ran over. That's crazy to me. Boy, you got to fly up and hit. Go low. Hey, I don't care how you do it, but you got to fly up and hit. Fly up and go low, something. Can't be waiting for him like that. And that's a fact, P. Maximus. That's a fact. Sharon's demeanor looks defeated. He looks like he doesn't know where to start. Like he's overwhelmed. He's defeated. You know what I'm saying? Like it's too much. There's too much wrong right now for him to focus on one thing. That's it right there. Yeah, he looks like there's too much wrong for him to focus on one thing, and he's just overwhelmed. That's what it looks like. You know? And you see flashes of this possibly could have been a good team. You see flashes of it, but then it disappears like a whisper. It disappears like a whisper. You know, so morning. But yeah, so that's the thing. And that's why I say I'm worried about these coaches. I'm worried about, yeah, you can get some recruits, but can you coach them up? If you can't, you just can't be here. I mean, there's other schools that'll take you. You'll get another job, but you can't be here. Nah. Because when you're poorly coached, even if you got a lot of talent, a well-coached team is going to beat you, because they're not going to beat themselves. You know what I'm saying? If you can't line up properly, you're already beat. You get what I'm saying? Like with Zeke Berry with Oregon, him taking outside technique in the slot. You beat already, bro. You beat already. You lost before the ball was even snapped. You lost before the ball was even snapped, brother. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of stuff I'm talking about. A well-coached team can always be the more talented team, because you're undisciplined. You have bad technique. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. So that's my real worry now. You know? And you know what and this is what makes me hot. If this team was well coached, they'd be able to beat Ohio State. My opinion, I think they'd be able to beat Ohio State. Like, I'd go into the Ohio State game just as confident as I've been the past 3 years. Just as confident. But they're so poorly coached. I see Ohio State's flaws, but I don't know if they'll be able to exploit them. You know, and that's what really bothers me. Like, yeah, we ain't that good, but bro, you got a chance to beat them when we ain't that good, and they're already celebrating a win. They already celebrating, and they ain't been beating us. So this is really gonna cause turmoil at their school. You know, I need this one. I need this one, Sharon. They done show weakness. But can y'all coach these players right? To me, it's too late in the season to even think that they can. You know? I see bonehead in Will Howard. He's got some bonehead in him. A lot of bonehead in him. Honestly, he's got it. He's got it. He does have it. You know. You like that Bucko. But yeah, Will Howard's got that. He's got some bonehead in him. You know? And a bonehead will always give you a chance. A bonehead would always give you a chance to take the ball from him. Once a game. Once, twice, maybe 3 times a game. He gonna always do something like that. He gonna always do something to make you... Why the hell you do that? What the hell? He gonna do them make you scratch your head. You know, so I hate it. Like, bro, this Indiana game, I lost a lot of faith in these coaches in that Oregon game, and I didn't have much left. But I still had some, because I know how much talent is on the team. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what anybody says, I know the team is still talented. But the coaching is just the technique, the fundamentals, the discipline. So I'm really watching this. I'm gonna really be watching this Indiana game to see, okay, are y'all showing some semblance that y'all are seeing that these players, their technique and the things that we're doing, they're not coached well? Are y'all seeing that? If they don't see, if I watch this Indiana game and I see some of the same stuff, I'm not sure that I can say I want Sharon back. Because that, to me, that means you're not seeing it. That means you're not seeing it. And I don't like to say this, but I'm starting to think about just actual football. Football on the simplest level. When you go to football practice, we each break up into our position groups. Corners, safeties, the DBs, the offensive linemen. the linebackers, wide receivers, running backs. Some of these groups are just so poorly coached. It's like, bro, are you seeing it though, Sharon? If you're not seeing it and letting these assistant coaches have it, these position coaches have it, that's a big problem, bro. If you ain't got it now, when you just took over the team, will you ever have it? I watch these film breakdowns, and a lot of this stuff you don't even have to watch the film breakdown. You can see it on the doggone. You can see it on You can see it on TV. So if you're not on these boys' heads about proper technique, that's a big problem to me, bro. That's a problem, man. Ain't no way. Some of this stuff ain't no way we should be seeing. Not in week 9. Week 1 or 2, week 3, that's understandable. It's still really not, but that's understandable. But it's week 10. We're going into week 10. And some of these dudes have been starting all season. So there's no excuse. There's no excuse for some of this stuff. You know, so that's just what's I got a lot of worries right now. I got a lot of worries. Even with the uptick in recruiting, the NIL is great because that's gonna stay. But as far as Sharon and next year, it still has me worried, bro. Like, are you understanding what you have to be as a head coach? Are you understanding what you have to be as a head coach? I'm not sure if he does yet, or if he is that guy. The 4th and 5 call by Kirk. Hey, I try not to talk about that, but let's get into that. That has to be one of the dumbest calls of all time. You know it's a dumb call when you got Ohio State fans saying, "What the hell was that?" When you got Ohio State fans saying, "Oh, I bad," you know that was a bad call. All right, Elijah, let me get you out of here real fast. You know, I don't get to see the chat. I see it. Goodbye. You know, every once in a while I see somebody talking reckless and I have to get you up out of here because you thought you was somewhere where you ain't. You thought you was somewhere else, boy. You go there. I have to get you up out of here. I don't be knowing if you're playing or not, but I get mad so fast that sometimes it don't matter. You got to watch how you talk to me. You got to watch how you talk to me, bro. I don't even know, you know, that's just is what it is. But yeah. I forgot what I was talking about. Had to get this dude up out of here. Had to come on me, bro. Don't come on here telling me what to do. I promise you I'm going to get you up out of here. Oh, yeah, the 4th down play. The 4th down play was, that was just horrible coaching, bro. And that's what bothers me about Sharon. Because he had to have heard. He heard that play. And shout out to Garrison because he said that too. You heard that play in your headphone, bro. Ain't no way you could have thought that was a good play. Ain't no way. Bro, 4th and 5. To me, that's a play you run at the 50 when it's 4th and 20. It's 4th and 17. Not no 4th and 5 when you got Colston Loveland. 4th and 5, and you might got the best tight end in college football, and you doing a throwback pass with Samaj Morgan to Alex Orji. What the hell are we doing? This coaching staff is making it hard to take up for him. They making it hard to take up for him. Like, real talk. Because if you really sit and think about some of this stuff, it's like, bro, come on. I know a little kid on Madden. That understands if I got the best tight end and all I need is 5 yards, I'm looking for my best tight end. I'm looking for the best tight end in the game. This ain't rocket science. You know, it's not like Loveland was locked down. It's not like Oregon had Loveland on lockdown. The man had 100 yards at tight end. So that's the thing. Sharon heard that call, and my friend is calling the play, so I just let it go right through. So these are problems. I know some people like to take it light with these coaching, but these are some real coaching blunders. These are blunders. Like, you know, these are some real coaching blunders. So yeah, you know, that's just what it is, bro. You know, the fact that you didn't have the wherewithal to go to your go-to guys on that 4th down, Samaj ain't really did nothing all season for you to be calling that play. When you call a play like that, that's saying I trust you in big time moments. I trust this guy in big time moments. I mean, it was a horrible play call anyway. Sharon, they put Samaj to fail. So I don't blame Samaj. They put you in position to fail. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at Samaj. Hey, he did the best he could with the play that was called. I blame the coaches because that play should have never been called. That play should have never been called. I'm not sure what would make you even think to call that. That's a play you call when I'm trying to throw the game. I'm trying to throw the game, so Philly special. Yeah. Who's throwing it? Samaj. Put Samaj in to throw it. Yeah. So that's a 4th and 5. You got Colston Loveland, bro. You got Loveland. Davis Warren has been balling. He's been playing very well. You go to your go-to Colston Loveland play. You go to your best Davis Warren play. Hell, I would have even accepted you go to your best Alex Orji play. But I'm not putting the ball in the hands of Samaj. What? Are you kidding me? That's what we dealing with, bro. That's what we dealing with, you know. So You know, I know people try to take up for the coaches and, you know, try to take up for Sharon, but we got to understand that it's like, bro, some of this stuff is real. It's real bad. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. Regardless of the offseason, any of that stuff, these aren't middle schoolers. You're not teaching guys that have never played the game. You're teaching college football players, and a lot of these starters have been playing. So that's the thing. But the fact that you called that play on 4th down, Kirk Campbell, that just lets me know this job ain't for you. It ain't for you. Regardless of if you're a good or great recruiter, this ain't for you. Calling plays at big time school, this ain't for you. You got to go learn somewhere. I ain't got the time. I ain't got the time, the patience, or the heart, the blood pressure to watch you call plays for another year. It's gonna be detrimental to my health. I promise. It is gonna be detrimental to my well-being to watch you call plays another year, brother. I need you gone today, really. I really need you gone today. But this recruiting, you know, and I don't want to keep harping on it, but, you know, it is what it is. I said my part about that. But, you know, I know some, and I touched on this in my video, the pregame analysis, the bowl game. I don't want one. I don't want one for the reasons that I laid out all during this ride. I don't want a bowl game. Why would I want these coaches, because most of them are bad. Why would I want these bad coaches to have more opportunity to instill bad coaching on the future of Michigan? Why would I want that? Let's give these guys more opportunity to set these guys up for failure. Yay! No, I don't want a bowl game. I don't want one. No, sir. I want the season, when the season ends, we can beat Ohio State somehow, some. Let's end on that one. Let's end on that. That would be that's what I need. Beat Ohio State, all right. But I guess if we beat Ohio State, we make a bowl game, don't we? These coaches are bad, bro. I want to see them gone because they're instilling bad habits. A lot of bad habits they're instilling. And my connection probably gonna get funny. I'm on this bridge. But they're instilling a lot of bad habits on these players. And I don't like it. I don't like that. I don't like all these bad habits I'm seeing from the players. That's not something that I want to keep happening. But if we can beat Ohio State, I'm gonna take it. I guess I have to deal with having to see these dudes coach them. But even if we do go to a bowl game, you can still fire a lot of these dudes and try to get your new coach. I really just want Sharon to be able to focus on getting the right guys in place. That's what's most important. This season is a wash. This season is a wash. But you did have some blessings in disguise. You got your NIL program going. You're getting the donor money. You know what I'm saying? So the big thing is getting the right coaches in the program for the future. So when you do get these good recruiting classes, you can maximize them. You know? I don't want to see us get drugged in a bowl game also. So that's part of it too. Who wants to watch that? Nobody. You know? And you know, we got spoiled the last 3 years. You know, we got used to going to the playoff. It mattered. You know what I'm saying? We got to laugh at everybody else going to these meaningless bowl games. I want to go to one. We got used to laughing at everybody else. You know, we got used to them. Ohio State, y'all going to play Missouri? Okay. What y'all playing for? Y'all playing for your pride? Okay. Good luck with that. We playing for a natty. We're playing for a natty. Holla. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I got the same energy. Hey, and I was saying this on Minister Sports when Chris brought me on Saturday. Chris and Ron. Shout out to Chris and Ron. You know, they brought me on and they were saying, "Oh, so you wouldn't want to go to a bowl?" I'm like, bro, I don't care about no bowl game. I'm different. I'm different. I ain't your average fan base. I say something crazy and I stand on it because it's my opinion and that's how I think. I think a little different, you know. So you don't want to win. You wouldn't take Aaron Nolan if he won you one more game. I'm looking at Ron and Chris. I'm like, one more game, bro. I don't. 6 and 6 and 7 and 5 is the same thing to me, basically. I don't. If he only wins me one more game, he's not a real difference maker at quarterback. You know, I was going at it with them, boy. Chris and Ron always try to bring me on to try to jump me. They try to jump me and get all they Ohio State jokes off. But I ain't that. You know, I'm coming with a full clip. And I'm ready to shoot. So, you know, we going back and forth. Y'all ain't finna jump me. I did a podcast with it was a House Divided. You know, when I first started doing it. This was like 2 years ago, I think. You know, it was Josh and Chris and me and Marcus. And, you know, I had never been on a podcast with Chris. So, you know, I'm just thinking Chris is just, you know, he just on there with Zach, you know. He just a good host or whatever. You know, I didn't know him. Hey, Chris is sharp, bro. Chris is sharp. You know, I wasn't expecting that, so I wasn't prepared. You know, I just thought I could just say something and Chris wouldn't be quick enough to come back. Chris will come back at you quick. Chris is quick. So ever since then, if I'm going on somewhere with Chris or even Ron, hey, I'm prepared. Boy, this ain't a safe space. Which is, they just committed. Hey Chris, but he is quick with the football stuff. He's quick, so you have to be prepared. If you're not prepared, Chris will eat you up real quick. I guess I gotta say pause, you know. But Chris will get you. If you're not quick, knowing he's gonna come back at you, he gonna get you. You know. So they try to bring me on so they can try to jump me and get their Ohio State jokes off. But I'm prepared. I'm prepared for y'all. That's all I do is to be ready to talk about y'all. So that's the thing. So I got off track talking about Chris, but winning one more game, going 6-6, going 7-5, I'm straight. It's about the playoff to me. If we beat Ohio State, that's a win I'll take because we still get the bragging rights. That's a extra win that I'll take, but it's about making the playoff for me. I'm about playoff. That's what I want. If it ain't about getting to that, okay, we got a chance at a championship, it don't mean much to me. It just don't. Them extra practices and stuff, especially this year, we got a lot of fine tuning we got to do to the staff, to the transfer portal. We don't need that. Honestly, we really don't need a bowl game. The more I think about it, from the transfer portal to the coaching hires that we need to do and firing, we got a lot of work to do. So as soon as that Ohio State game is over, all right, Sharon needs to be off season. Let's get it. Let me see who I can pick up in the portal. Lamar Morgan or whoever, linebacker coaches, Brian Jean-Marie, you fired. This dude, you fired. Ron Bellamy, you fired. You got to clean house as soon as you can. Get your new coaches in. Have the transfer portal, your new guys that you want to come, get a jump ahead. Get a jump on these guys before a lot of the playoff teams can get a jump on them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's harder on those guys because they're gonna, they're in the playoffs. They're gonna be making deep runs or whatever. So use this as an opportunity to get a real jump on the offseason, bro, because you got a lot of work to do. You got a lot of work to do in the offseason, bro. Bro, y'all just ain't that good. It's bad. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get off of here because I'm at this target. As bad as we are and as bad as we look, y'all still don't scare me like that, bro. That's the thing. I know y'all cocky, but y'all still don't scare me. And that should scare you, that you don't scare me as bad as we look. Indiana scares me a little bit this year. I'm worried about that Indiana. I'm worried about them. I think they might embarrass us for real. And Ohio State, it's possible they could. Y'all just haven't looked good in a while for me to be worried like that. Y'all keep scoring. Y'all keep scoring 21. Y'all keep scoring like 20, 21 the last 2 weeks off of a bye. So when I think I'm facing a high-powered team, I'm looking for your weaknesses. I'm looking for somebody that slowed you down. I'm looking for somebody that slowed you down. I'm looking for somebody that slowed you down. Nebraska slowed you down. Penn State slowed you all the way down. You get what I'm saying? That's all I need for me to have hope, because I've seen somebody do it. Indiana, and they haven't played anybody super great, but nobody's been able to slow them down. Nobody's been able to really slow them down. Their scheme and their coaching, they cooking. So I couldn't even point out a team that actually really slowed them down. I could point to Oregon being slowed down by Idaho. Yeah, it was the first game, but they held them in the 20s. It's still a fact. I couldn't even point to nobody on Indiana's schedule that slowed them down like that. I'm worried about them. They well coached, and we're not. So it is what it is. I think we might be able to. If it's any game that the players are gonna be up for, it's gonna be the Ohio State game. That's the biggest rivalry game in sports. And y'all still have to go out there and execute. And Will Howard is a bonehead. So he'll probably throw us the ball once, twice. Josiah Stewart might get a strip sack. You know what I'm saying? So those are my hopes that I have. You know, we're just so poorly coached. And that's what I was talking about earlier. Like, if we weren't so poorly coached on technique in so many ways, even if we had the same record, I'd be like, oh, we can get Ohio State. Oh yeah, we can get them. We got them. You know, but so poorly coached in so many techniques, even if the guys are making plays, they're just so poorly coached. They gonna find ways to give y'all the game. You know, because Ohio State, if I can say anything, Ohio State is well coached. You know, so that's that. But I appreciate y'all joining the car live. I know it was going in and out, but I don't know what was going on. But I appreciate all y'all joining. Like, oh yeah, and let me give a shout out to, I don't know who it was. I had to look up their name. I'm gonna shout them out again. But he sent me I don't know who it was, a $200 super chat or a super thanks the other day. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. You know, I don't make much on these videos, but I appreciate it. You know, I do it for the fandom. But, you know, that's showing that you really enjoy what I do. And I appreciate it, bro. I'm going to look up the name when I get a chance. But like, share, subscribe. And as always, go blue.